Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Safe School South Florida's Open Dialogue's Gen QueerZ nominated for Emmy Award. A documentary amplifying the voices of LGBTQ plus youth in South Florida has been nominated for a Suncoast Regional Emmy Award. Open Dialogue's Gen QueerZ captures the lived experiences of 8 LGBTQ plus students from Gen Z, exploring what it means to grow up and come out in a changing world. Produced by the Art and Culture Center Hollywood under the direction of Freddy Rodriguez, the film was created in association with Safe School South Florida, an advocacy nonprofit for LGBTQ students and educators. The film, part of the Open Dialogue series' 4th installment, features young adults navigating identity, family, and allyship. It also includes original poetry performances by Eric Martinez and Jana Nelson. Martinez developed his poem with Professor Richard Blanco, a National Humanities Medal recipient honored at the White House. The project was funded by the Foundation, the Windhover Foundation, Quadracci Family, and the Dara and Jarrett Levan Fund for the Arts at the Community Foundation of Broward. The Emmy ceremony takes place on December 6th at the Diplomat Beach Resort in Hollywood, and we couldn't be happier. You know, as someone who covers our community daily, I can tell you that this is how change happens. You know, Open Dialogues, Gen QueerZ gives young LGBTQ voices the mic, not just a mention, how we do in some stories, you know. And when it comes to Scott Galvin, he's just amazing. An incredible soul. Like this man, I live in North Miami, and he was the longest running
and one of the first, if I'm not mistaken,
one of the first openly gay folks to run for, you know, for a seat and win, and in a very Black and Latino area, and he still came.
Super gringo.
Yeah. He's super gringo, but totally, you know, gringo. And I bet it took him a lot to break through to those folks, but he did, you know. So the fact that
they stayed with him.
And so much so that there's a whole center named after him now.
Oh, that too. So him being at the center of this, you know, doesn't surprise me, right? He is always screaming and amplifying the voices of queer kids. So the fact that they're getting an Emmy nod, I mean, this is amazing. This is major.
Especially at a time like this. It's great to see that recognition and them rising to the top about an LGBTQ story, about youth, which you'd think they might be a little bit fearful in this day and age of coming out like they are and being so open and real and honest and true to themselves. Safe Schools is amazing. They do great work. We used to support them when I had the restaurant on Monday nights. They're just good people, and you know how they've stood up for our youth and our communities, you know, in a time where, forgetting the current administration, just our state itself and our governor, and some of the things that we've gone through in the last couple of years between banning books and Don't Say Gay and all these things that affect the mental health of kids, where the schools could no longer provide those support tools without outing their children. Safe Schools is able to step in and bring that therapy and bring that awareness and safety and a safe place to be. So I think it's great.
Well, and during Don't Say Gay, like at the height of that, they were up at Tallahassee, like every other week, like taking these kids on buses, heading up there, protesting, doing the work. It was knocking on doors and hitting the pavement, and they were all over it, and none of them could vote.
No. But they were able to jump in, and you know, kudos to all of them and the people that motivate them, because in a time where people are stepping back, they were stepping forward. And so it's a great organization. I'm so happy for their Emmy. It's awesome.
How cool is that if they win? I hope when they win. When they win. How cool is it when they win to go, look, we're bringing an Emmy back to South Florida? Like, how dope is that? I want Scott, put that on your desk. That's where it deserves to be. And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.